Hi, everyone. My name is Alyssa Robbins from SADA, and we're happy to welcome you to today's live stream webinar, Meet the Experts, Google Meet and Hangouts Chat for the Remote Workforce. We at SADA are here to assist in this transition as we're all adjusting to the collective workforce moving to remote environments. In the spirit of getting us all better at using our collaboration tools in our daily work, we've developed a live streaming series, today being the first, showcasing our incredible SADA experts and providing some much needed tips, tricks, and guidance around the capabilities of the G Suite portfolio. We hope these will empower you in your new work at home life. You can submit questions to today's presenter at any point by clicking the link in the description below and typing your questions. We'll get to your questions at the end of the presentation. These sessions will be available following the live stream on our brand new remote workforce hub known as Cloud Quarters, a new section of our website complete with a growing collection of resources you need to be successful in our new collective remote reality. Heather will talk about it more at the end of her session. I'd now like to introduce you to our amazing expert for today's session, Heather Summers, Digital Transformation Manager at SADA. Take it away, Heather.
Thank you so much, Alyssa. I appreciate this time that you guys have given me. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with everyone so you can see my presentation and the link for the questions. Now, you can't use this link by just pressing on it on your screen. You will have to type in the address that you see up at the top if you are interested in typing in questions. We also are doing a live stream, so there's a little bit of a delay with your questions, so I'm going to answer all of them at the end. We'll have 20 minutes of content and 10 minutes for questions. If you haven't heard, as of this month, Google is rolling out free access to advanced Hangouts Meet. It's usually what's available for our enterprise clients, and it has video conferencing capabilities such as larger meetings of up to 250 participants, live stream of up to 100,000 people, and the ability to record meetings. Now, this is available to all of our basic business, healthcare, government, and education customers, and until the July 1st of this year. Just for your information, the telehealth and HIPAA requirements have been relaxed because of the coronavirus, and so you can now use any type of teleconferencing tool to meet with patients. So thank you so much, and I'll just go ahead and launch into the content. So thank you again. And we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about Meet. If those of you who haven't met me before, I work for SADA. I've been here about 8 months, and I am a G Suite consultant and the Digital Transformation Manager. So thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate all of you being here today. And we're going to be using Meet Enterprise. We're going to look at adding people, how to share your screen, how to schedule a meeting, how to use Hangouts chat. Now, a lot of this stuff that we're going to be covering, we're going to do a demo for you. So I'm going to go ahead and launch that demo so you can see that. And I've already got open here a tab, so I just click on the tab here at the top. Now, a lot of us don't have Meet, and we don't have G Suite like normal, so we may just be signing up for Meet alone, or maybe this is your first time using Meet. So I'm going to show you how to access it. If you've never accessed it before, you can type in meet.google.com, and that will go ahead and launch Meet for you. Now, the other way that we can access it, if you do have a G Suite account, and again, if you have business, basic, education, all of those are available to you. You can go over here to what's called the Apps Launcher. It's in the upper right-hand corner, and you should see the Meet icon. If you don't see it here, you can scroll down to find it, and that's the other way you can access Meet. Now, most of us who are G Suite customers do it through our calendar, which we'll cover also, but I wanted to show you right here just how you can do it if you're just doing a spontaneous meet or have never done it before. So we're going to go ahead and click on Join or Start a Meeting, and you want to go ahead and set up a name. So I'm just going to call this Hullabaloo and click Continue. Now, this is what I like to call our backstage view, and no one can see me inside the meeting. Now, thankfully, no one else is in the meeting, so I don't have to worry about that. But I can go ahead and have this meeting, as you see. and I can go ahead and mute myself, or I can turn off my camera. Now, just the etiquette of joining these meetings, it's always good to turn off your microphone and your camera before you enter, or at least your microphone, so you don't, interrupt the other people speaking. And then all you have to do is say join now. Now, if you want to change any of your options, you can. There's a little button here where you can change your settings. So those of us who are working from home for the very first time, your kids may or may not be home. I have teenagers, they're home, and I'm having some bandwidth issues because of it. So if I go to video here, I can go ahead and lower my bandwidth if I want, or I can minimize it all the way to audio. And what's helpful about this is then it doesn't have that glitchy look to it. It doesn't look like Minecraft for other people. So the other thing with audio is I can go ahead and switch my microphone. You can see I have a headset, which we all recommend you use if you're working from home. And we're going to go ahead and say join now. And then this is the information for my meeting. So this link here gets generated uniquely every time someone spins up a meet. So this will change. It's not like the other conferencing tools where it's a static room every time. So this is different every single time. So I'm going to go ahead and put that link in for my other account and join through that, just so you can see what that looks like to have multiple people in the meeting. So if someone tries to join your meeting from an outside of your domain, then you'll get this little pop-up here, and you'll have to say admit to let them into the meeting. So this is my SADA account inside the meeting, so just FYI. They also give you a dial-in and a PIN, and the nice thing about this is if somebody were to join this meeting using this information, they only show up as one person. The Enterprise Meet, as I said before, allows you to have 250 participants, so that's a really excellent option here. Now, if I want to present my screen, down here in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see the Present Now. So I can click on that Present Now, and I can go ahead and show my entire screen or a particular window. So I'm going to go ahead and show my entire screen, and here's my other screen, which has this agenda on it. So I'm going to go ahead and share that. Now, when I share something, it goes ahead and puts this little band at the bottom that says stop sharing or hide. So I'm going to go ahead and click hide on there, and that will disappear that toolbar. Now you can see all the things that I'm talking about are right here. So I just hid the toolbar, I presented my screen, and there's also the ability down here in the bottom right-hand corner to get help. Now, I know I'm covering a lot of material, and this is very scary to have all this material so quickly presented to you, but believe me that everything that I'm covering is in the help. So you can always go into help and see all of this information right here once you're inside of the Meet. We also have a website that you can check out that is at the G Suite Learning Center. And it's got a little older name, but I'm going to give you the name is learn.googleapps.com. learn.googleapps.com, and this is our G Suite Learning Center. And what's nice about this is if you are a Microsoft customer, it shows you how to switch from there. And then we have a Learn by product, which shows both Hangouts Chat, which we'll cover today, and Hangouts Meet. We'll also send you resources after this. So if you've gone ahead and signed up for this webinar, you will get information too. So don't worry that you have to remember everything or write all this down. Okay, so if you did join by phone, you can mute by or unmute by doing *6 on your phone, and then you can change the layout here. So if you come over here on the right-hand side, you can see that I can change my layout of how I see the screen. And so I can do the participants over here on the right. I can do a tiled screen, so if I have multiple people talking, and then I also have the ability to do a spotlight screen, which would be anyone who's talking. If you come up here to the top, you see this little toolbar up here. You can click on this toolbar and go ahead and pin someone's information up there so that they're always presenting. It's a little different than the other teleconferencing tools, which allow you to have somebody as a presenter and an organizer. This doesn't do that, so just be aware of that there's not that information there. You can also chat with folks, so I can go ahead and say hello. This chat is not recorded, so at the end of the meeting, it goes away. And then you can always see the people here, and you can mute and unmute folks. So here I've got my other account. I can pin that person. I can unmute them if I want, or I can remove them from the meeting. So just be aware of the different layout options and different things that you can do. Okay, so the other thing you have in here is turning on captions. So this is one of my favorite tools because you can go ahead and have people talk during the meeting and see that information. So you can turn it on or off here. And I'm going to go ahead and stop presenting and see if because I have the mute on. Ooh, okay. A little bit of a repeat in my headphones with that one. So just FYI, there, if you unmute it, then you can see the captions. So I think it's because my other account also has the sound on. So let me go ahead and turn off my speaker on that one and see if that helps a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and move out my other account, and then we can see it. So I will unmute this, and now we see my captions. So this is my favorite tool, so I have to show it to you because it's my favorite. You can turn it off by just clicking on the turn off captions right there. And then over here on the right, you can see there's a turn on captions and so forth. The settings that I showed you at the beginning, if you forgot to do it in the backstage, changing your bandwidth, you can do it right from here. You can change your bandwidth from here. Okay, so we've gone ahead and showed you all of the different settings here. You can see that about using the phone. This also is available on a mobile app. So if you do want to do this through a mobile app, you can join by phone. If you're doing an international call, if you go over here on the left, you can see more phone numbers for international calls with that pin. So just be aware of that is available to you through there. I'm just checking my time a little bit. So I want to make sure that I'm good with my time. Okay, so now I've gone ahead and shown you all of the different settings and options over there. You can also put attachments in here if you have an agenda. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of this meeting by using the receiver, and that's going to go ahead and close that out. Again, the way that I access this is by doing meet.google.com. Now I'm using a Chrome browser for this one, but you can always go ahead and use the Internet Explorer. There is a plugin for Internet Explorer and for using it with Outlook, so you can go ahead and check out this download plugin. This feature, Meet, is available on Internet Explorer, Safari, and other browsers, so just FYI. Okay, so now I want to show you how do you access this through the calendar. So I'm going to go ahead and do calendar.google.com. Remember that I got to this using meet.google.com. So here I am inside of my calendar, and I'm going to go ahead and start an event. So I'll delete this one that I have here, and we'll start a new one. Okay, so how to create event, I just go ahead and click and drag on the calendar. I'm going to go ahead and say event, and I'm going to invite my colleague, Chris. So very simple and easy to do. I just click save, and I'm not going to send it right now just so that I have the event. When I open up the event, I can go to pencil, and you can see that there's an option here to add conferencing. Those of you who are existing G Suite customers and you're not an enterprise customer, you will have to go and change in your admin console the ability to have this option of Meet Enterprise. And what this option does is it allows you to have that Hangouts Meet with the up to 250 participants. And we see the little link that we saw before. So this is just a regular Meet. I'll go ahead and not send it to Chris. And now I can just launch it just like I did before by clicking Join Hangouts Meet. When I do that, I just go Join Now. Or if you want to bypass that and just start presenting, you can present your screen like we did before, right from the beginning. Now, what I want to show you is the exciting part of the Meet Enterprise version. So with the Meet Enterprise version, you have over here, you have the ability to do what's called a live stream. So I told you you could do up to 250 people with the Enterprise Meet version, but what about if you have more than that? So you can do this live stream option, and what that does is give you a view-only link. Now, Chris is in this meeting, and I don't want the other folks to get into that original meet. So what I'll have to do is copy this and I'll save it. Don't send. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a new event here. And this is my live stream event. And in the live stream event, I'm going to go ahead and just put this link here that I copied from the other one. And the reason being is that that first one allows people to get in, ask questions, do you use the chat and so forth. This one's going to be view only. Now, just a little caveat on this as a watch point is that you could have where people would get into the meeting and they would be asking questions and so forth. There might be some overlap and stuff. So you want to do this view only link for them. And when you're in the meeting, so when I do the Hangouts meet here, and I'll go ahead and join, you'll notice this new option. It says start streaming. There's a little bit of a delay. We found it's about 10 seconds between this one and the live stream one. So I don't know if you noticed in my calendar invite, it said watch live stream. Don't turn both of those on at the same time because you will get confused. It's going to give you that echo effect because it's going to be 10 seconds delayed. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and start the live stream, say start live stream. And now I've started this live stream version. I can go over here to the right and I can record. Now I can record in a regular meet too. This will be the live stream recording. It doesn't matter. Both of them work the same way. When you record, what happens is it saves it on your Google Drive, and then you'll get a little email telling you that the link is there. So I'm going to start the recording so you can see what that looks like. It asks you if you want to consent. I'm going to say yes. And now I see that it started the recording up here and it's live. So very simple and easy. And when I'm done, I just use the receiver to hang up. So all the same features that we saw going directly into a meet are available through here. You also can turn off notifications. So if you look over here on the left-hand side, you can see I have my notifications are blocked from the calendar. But if I'm inside the meet, let me show you what that looks like. You get that same little lock, and you can allow your camera notifications, your microphone notifications, and the regular notifications. If I want to block these, I can. I can ask first. So these are notifications for Meet, and you can turn those on or off. And then you can also go into, remember, the meet.google.com, and there's a little lock here where you can allow or block your notifications. So if you don't like all those pop-ups coming up all the time, you can go ahead and change that. Now, the other product I want to show you today is what's called Hangouts Chat. Hangouts Chat. So if you go to the apps launcher over here on the right and go to Chat, this is our version of, talking to one another right here inside of here. So kind of a texting type of tool. You have it inside built into your email. So if I go into my email, you'll be able to see it inside of there. And you can see it here at chat.google.com. Now, inside of your email is over here on the left-hand side. You have the folks that you are chatting with here on the left, and then any of your conversation snippets are over here underneath the Hangouts chat. You can also make a phone call from here if you want, and then you can add anyone at any time. So if I put in Veronica, for instance, I can go ahead and add her and have a conversation with her right from here. Now, mine has the ability to chat with people outside of my network. So I can go ahead and add my SADA account and chat with that one too. I have to send an invite, and once they accept the invite, then I can chat with them. Now, here inside my chat, I can go ahead and just talk to them, and then I can have a spontaneous hangout with this person at any time by clicking on the video camera. You can turn off your notifications in here with that conversation, and I can archive this, delete it, and I could even block them if they're chatting with me too much. You can also have what's called a group chat. So here it says new group, and I can add Angela and Veronica to this group chat, and I can talk to both of them. Now, the other interface that I showed you is the chat.google.com, and you can see there's Veronica and my hello, and then there's the SADA account and so forth. So you have that ability through here too to chat with folks. And when they respond back, you get a little response so that you know that they've chatted with you, and you can always accept or reject that chat invitation if you want. So here I am inside of my chat, and I can do what's called a individual chat, right? We saw that with just typing in the person's name. I can do the group chat through here by typing in those people's names. And then I can create what's called a room. So a room is the ability to have something available all the time. So here I can create a room. So this is my virtual coffee room, and I can create it. And now I can add people to that room. Now, the nice thing about this is that this is a group chat almost, but it'll have threads in it of different conversations that you might be having. We use this with our group here, and it's a great way to communicate with others. So I can go ahead and add Noah and Chris in here, and then I can go ahead and send this to them. And then we can all have a group chat inside of here. Now, you can add files from your machine if you want to. You can do things from your Google Drive. You have things that you want to share, and then you can go ahead and do emoticons if you'd like. And then we have a thing called bots. So if you look over here, you can look and see all of the different bots that are available. And there's a Giphy bot, that's my favorite. And there's all kinds of information in here too. So there's 85 different built-in bots that you can use. So my favorite, of course, is the Giphy bot, and I can type in Giphy, and then I just type the topic I want to talk about, so coffee, and add it to my room, and now it'll put a little GIF in there about coffee. So great little things for you to have and to use. If there's lots of information you can see that we've covered. And so I want to make sure that you have all of that information. If you want to start a new conversation, remember you're going to use your thread to start the new conversation whenever you have a conversation in there. So my little timer told me I'm getting at the end of time. So I wanted to make sure that I showed you at the very end here how you can turn off notifications for the room. You can star this room. There's all kinds of fun stuff in here. And then you can always snooze yourself if you want, if you don't want to get notifications for a certain amount of time. Hopefully this was a lot of information that you enjoyed. Remember that you can go to learn.googleapps.com and go to our G Suite Learning Center, and this will go ahead and give you all kinds of information on all the different products that we have. And I hope that you found this really helpful. I wanted to go ahead and take some questions for you, from you. And I really want to appreciate your time. But I also want to make sure that you got to our www.sada.com/cloud quarters. This is going to have all of the information you're seeing here. We'll also have live streams every Thursday for the next few weeks, I believe. And we'll be covering different topics. And then don't forget, you can ask questions up here while I'm talking. And then if you're interested in learning more about SADA, please come and check us out. But I want to go ahead and get those questions while I'm at it. So thank you so much for joining again. Okay, so what additional features does streaming offer instead of using Meet? Why would you use live stream instead of just doing a Google Meet? So if you use live stream, as we saw inside the calendar here, we can do up to 100,000 people. It's view only, meaning they can't interrupt you in any way by asking questions. That's why I did this little thing you saw here with the questions. So when you go ahead and do down here, there's a Q&A option. And you can go ahead and turn this on and say anyone like we did, and then people can ask questions through here. So this is great. You can restrict it to just your company or to anyone, and they can ask questions. You can vote them up or down. And then here, what I can do is I can present this question on my presentation, and that way I can see what the question was. So great way for you to do that presenter view. But unfortunately, Livestream does not give you that interaction, but it allows you to have that up to 100,000 people. Do I need to join a meet with a video, or can I call on my phone? Yeah, so it is available through your mobile device. If you have Google Calendar, it will give you both the links that we saw on the original event here, so the link and the phone number, and you can join with both or either. If you join using your phone, you won't have the video concept and see what's on the screen for everyone else. But if you join with both, you'll see what's on their screen and so on. So just FYI, great way for you to join a meeting that way. You will need the Meet app, so make sure you download that, and you can find that again at learn.googleapps.com. It will show you what you need with the mobile apps and so forth. There's also a Hangouts chat meet, so if you're interested in the chat aspect that we covered, there's a Hangouts chat meet also. Can anyone join a Hangout or a live stream, or do they have to have a Gmail? Oh, great question. So now it is available to you through any of the different browsers, but you can also use any kind of email with it. So here I can go ahead and add an Outlook account. So I have an Outlook account here, and I can add anybody, it doesn't matter, and they can use that same link that we saw. So I'll go ahead and send it and invite external guests. And so now they just click on that same link that the rest of us used, or they can type in meet.google.com with those letters at the end of it. And I'm going to copy that, and they can join that way. So they do not have to be on Google. Anybody can join it. They don't have to be on Google or even Chrome. You can use any browser or any web email address. So can a normal viewer, not an originator presenter, present their screen to the group? Yes, so this is a little different than what we saw with the other teleconferencing tools. Here, if I join this meet, and I'm going to go ahead and copy that information here, and I join, and then I join from my SADA account. I'm the originator on this one, right? So I'll join on this. It's going to say, can I admit? And then I get that awful. There we go. I get that awful echo when I do that. So now I can present from my other screen. So I'm going to present from the other screen, and you'll see like a little echoey look. So it'll be great. So here, this is that echo look. I'm presenting from the other screen, and you can see different screens there. So yes, anybody can present. There is no special presenter host stuff in here. It's just whoever's in the meeting. Now you can always stop them from presenting or remove them, remember? And so you don't, if I want to present, I can present and so forth. So yes, anybody can present. Okay, so what is the easiest way to schedule a future meeting? So if you want to schedule a future meeting, it's best to do it through the calendar. Unfortunately, the meet.google.com is I can start a meeting, but that's a spontaneous meeting right now. If you want to go ahead and set that meeting up, you can, and you can just give people that link if you want to, but it is spontaneous. And you can put it on your calendar and then use that Meet link if you want, if you're in Outlook or another email client. But if you're in Google, you can do what we did and just put it on your calendar. It'll automatically set the time and so forth. But if you're on another type of email account, you can just copy that link you saw that I copied from the meet.google.com, and you can just copy that information. This is our last question. If I originally joined on my laptop, am I able to easily switch to my phone later? Yes, of course. So you can go ahead and join any way you want. If you're having technical difficulty, low bandwidth through your laptop, you can always join through the mobile app using your phone. So thank you so much. I want to really, again, thank everybody for joining us for this Google Meet and Hangouts chat for the remote workforce. We will be having another one, Google Docs. This is real-time editing and collaborating on Thursday, April 2nd at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And then following today's live stream, you'll receive an email with link to all the things that we said and to our new Cloud Quarters website, which will include a recording of this live stream video and other relevant information that I covered. So I really appreciate that you guys joined. And on behalf of myself and our team at SADA, I just want to thank you and for this wonderful opportunity to share my day with you. So thank you and have a wonderful day.